So, I was watching Doors Floor 2 the other day. Why not playing, you ask? Well, I haven't finished Floor 1 yet. Totally not a skill issue. When I noticed this interesting but familiar looking creature. He looks a lot like Screech. So today in this video, we are going to be discussing the similarities, the differences, the lore, and we are going to wrap it all up with a summary so you can understand why does Screech look so much like Giggle and vice versa. Before we start today's video, I would like to give a double shout out for people who joined my group, starting with Ultraki and you, who actually helped me today in this video. Okay, let's start with similarities. Alright, let's start with the obvious. They both have tentacles. They both have large teeth, which they use to bite. And they are both round. They are also quite small compared to some entities. Also, you can see that Screech's skin is quite similar to Giggle's skin. Also, if you put or if you color in some of Giggle, it sort of resembles Screech. Kinda. Alright. Now let's hop into the differences. Okay, let's start with the obvious once again. The eyes. Giggle has maroon looking eyes, and as you can see, his eyes are closer to each other than Screech's, while Screech has far away eyes with white eyes, glowing white eyes, to probably help him see in the dark. Also, Giggle has 1, 2, 3, 4 tentacles, while Screech has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tentacles. According to the Doors Wikipedia, a Grumble has 8 tentacles, while Screech has 6. So, Screech's number of tentacles is in between the number of tentacles a Giggle has between the number of tentacles that a Grumble has. So, and take note that a Grumble is a fully matured Giggle. So, Screech could have been a maturing Giggle who was about to become a Grumble until he turned into, well, Screech. Also, take note that Screech's tentacle is long and curved, while Giggle's tentacle is short and straight. Here is also a parody animation that me and my friend made. This is what my friend made. As you can see, Screech bites the victim and disappears after that. And here's Giggle, which I made. Giggle drops from the ceiling and then goes onto the player, trying to rip its head off, but then eventually falls down. Now for the best part, the lore. See, in these two photos, it shows a black slime pile, which seemed to be Seek's slime actually, which has Screech's face in it. Yep, as creepy and weird as this sounds, it actually gives a lot of background on where Screech came from. We'll be discussing more into this during the theories part later in this lore section. Let's also think about the life cycle of a Grumble or a Giggle. So Giggle start with what we see probably, becoming bigger with more tentacles, eventually turning into a Grumble. Okay, so here's my theory. Giggle was wandering down the mines when Seek Goo went onto him and consumed him, turning him into Screech. But see, as you can see, the eyes aren't quite correct because it slowly mutates and turns into the iconic white glowing eyes we know today. Alright, here's a more interesting theory, which could be also more correct. Okay, this theory is based on the fact that there are Screech piles on door 150, also known as the nest. So, these are Giggle eggs. And it could be that Seek's Goo consumed them and mutated the Giggles inside to turn into Screeches. So they survived and then they hatched and they came out as Screeches. This also is probably why there are so many Screeches in the mines, because the mines is actually the birthplace of the Screeches. It's also possible that the Grumble at the end of the game could have survived being consumed by Seek Goo, because of the fact that Giggles could survive the Seek Goo. So this opens a door that this Grumble actually survives and comes back at floor 3 and is now will be known as Mega Screech. Alright, now let's summarize this video and let's wrap it all up. Summary. Screech and Giggle have many similarities, such as their skin, their shape, and size. They also have many differences, such as the number of tentacles, the fact that Screech is covered in goo, and their eyes. Screech probably was once a maturing Giggle who was covered with Seek Goo. His eyes mutated him, giving him the white glowing eyes we know today. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out other videos. Here are the people who got their shoutouts. This guy hasn't joined my group, but I know him. Alright, so that's gonna be all for today. Bye.